audience. We'll get posted that I have a female trainer coming up here, so I'll be getting some calls from ladies.
Oh, really? This is so cool. Do I need to flip this up like that?
Yeah, just when you're at talk, just talking to them. And that's going to be Facebook Live feed. I see this one. What is your last name?
Spence.
Spence?
Mm-hmm.
Community Center, 920 North 9th Street. Waco Police Department and many supporting community organizations bring you the Community Opportunity Event 2023 for youth, teens, and young adults. The event will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and will include job opportunities, mentoring programs, health screenings, and games and prizes. Also, there will be a 3-on-3 basketball tournament along with a 3-point shoot contest for ages 14 through 18. Come celebrate with us Saturday, May 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Dewey Community Center. Did you know 1 out of every 4 men has automatic levels of testosterone and don't?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you think you're too young to worry about it, listen. Low T levels can make you tired and grumpy.
And this is the phone app that we
That's the consent of same-day blood screening and results. So if you're tired of being tired,
I guess I should have told you that. The station.
It's a private clinic with an atmosphere catering to guys. Affordable, only $165 a month, including lab work, office consultation, testosterone injections, and follow-up visits compared to the $300 a month or more in Dallas and Austin. And you don't have to drive 90 miles each way and fight the traffic. Petty Clinic Low T has board-certified physician consultations and will provide the best form of strength testosterone. Contact Petty Clinic Low T for increased energy, improvement in sexual desire and performance, mood concentration, and even a decrease in body and belly fat. Just off Highway 84 and Old Hewitt Drive in Woodway, PettyClinicLowT.com.
Broadway Clinton, 219 Depot Drive, 254-831-9161. Under new management, go get your silk screening, signs, and banners, t-shirts, business cards, you name it. Broadway Clinton, under new management. Call them today, 254-831-9161.
Hey, this is Nicky Woods, Mr. Chauffeur Extraordinaire. You listen to the CBS Radio, Central Texas. Nicky Woods and Mr. C in the house, baby. Yeah!
I try to have some different music on every day. Most of the time I have the Jefferson Good Time.
Oh,
But
really?
now these DJs be meddling. Hey, why you doing that? I say, I can't play y'all music. You're listening to The Barbershop with Mr. C on CBS Sports Radio Central Texas and on the Centex Sports One app. All our CBS Sports Radio Central Texas programming, we bring it to you all the way live up here at the Battery Joe Studios. Get the screen on your phone replaced the same day by calling 254-870-1270. Just glad to be here today, another beautiful day. I am fortunate today. I do have a guest here. We're going to be talking to her in a minute, but it is Angie Spence, trainer over at Anytime Fitness in Hewitt. And we're going to be talking about, going to give her an opportunity to share what she does. And so many people always asking me questions, and we're going to let a professional answer those questions. I know my body. I don't know everybody else's body, but we got a professional up here, and we try to bring as many people up here, not just men but women, because there's a whole lot of things that covered under the blanket of sports a lot of what people say ancillary, but no, it's not ancillary. It's important. Even the people at the concession stands, go to a football game, baseball game, or Lord knows if you got kids play baseball like I did, you get off work, you have to go to a field. If they didn't have the nachos and hot dogs, that was dinner. So all of these things are important, and I think one of the most important things is physical training and conditioning. So we're glad to have Angie here with us. But before we go, before I start chopping it up with her, got a little Major League Baseball situation here that I want to bring out. It caught my eye. A couple things caught my eye today, and I thought it was pretty interesting. If you've ever gone to an Oakland A's baseball game in Oakland, that's simply the worst athletic facility in the country. Definitely the worst athletic facility for professional sports. And when it floods in there. It's a raggedy place. They've been needing a stadium for a long time, and they never could reach an agreement with Oakland. Now, I don't know if it's just the city council or whatever, but you know, Oakland, they lost the Raiders. That was a travesty to lose the Oakland Raiders, and they are now in Vegas. And now the Oakland Athletics, they are looking at moving to Las Vegas as well. But at this point, the problem is that the city of Las Vegas ain't trying to get them $400 million. So right now, the attempted move to Las Vegas could be held up over the A's request for nearly $400 million in public funding, is what the report is saying. And that was reported by Matt Snyder 2 hours ago. And the fact of the matter is that the city of Las Vegas public officials are reportedly willing to contribute about $195 million. Now, that, I don't know where you're from. That's a lot of money. $195 million. And Oakland wants Las Vegas to give them $400 million to build a stadium. And Las Vegas is like, nah, ain't happening. That ain't happening right now. So I think that's something that we can look forward to. They may end up in Oakland again, but the arrangement agreement has already been reached. That Major League Baseball gave them permission to leave Oakland and go to Las Vegas. But they trying to be cheap. They trying to be cheap, and the city of Las Vegas ain't having it. Now that facility will be right over there by New York, Tropicana, right on the Strip. So you know it'll be in a high dollar, high volume, high traffic area anytime it's downtown on the Strip or in Vegas. So you know it's going to be nice, but you got to come out of your money. And I think they're trying to be a little bit too tightwad to get that deal done. So we'll see how they go. Another thing, and then I'm going to talk to Angie. That's why I have her up here. But here's the funniest thing that I've heard all day. Antonio Bryant. You remember the football player that took off his shirt and quit? Yeah, everybody know Antonio Bryant. He actually owns an Arena League football team. You've heard of him?
Uh-huh.
He owns an Arena League football team. And what he has done is he decided that he's going to start playing for the team he owns. And this dude is crazy. And, you know, misery love company. And he said he's going to get Cam Newton to be his quarterback. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. So let's look out for that story. But hey, look, I'm so happy to have this young lady here. I think I've been going to Anytime Fitness ever since they opened up on Hewitt and Panther Way. Been going over there, and then I don't know how long you've been there, but I came up there one day and I ran across you a lot of times, but we never even held a conversation. How you doing? And I saw you jogging a couple of times, and I said, that's the lady from Anytime Fitness and all of that. But today, I went up to Anytime Fitness to see if I could get you to come up here and talk about fitness, to talk about training and what you do, because there are a lot of people that got a lot of issues, and you will see in a moment that there will be people calling in, asking you questions. But let's give a round of applause to Angie Spence. Now let me ask you this. Just relax. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay. My name is Angie. I'm the manager at Anytime Fitness in Hewitt, and I also have been training since 2008. Yeah.
You know, I recognize the voice because I think I hurt my back a couple of times, and when I hurt my back, I had to get out. And you really saved me on my, my deal, because if I'd have tried to rejoin, it would have been a lot more money. So
Yes.
thank you for that. And the back machine is really working well for me. Now let me ask you this: where are you originally from?
So I am from Texas. I graduated from Hillsboro.
Right up the road, Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Well, the DJ next door, DJ Precise, he's a Hillsboro guy.
Oh, really?
Devin Patton.
That's crazy.
That's a Hillsboro guy. Right up. Did you know any Brooks up there?
Yes.
Yeah. They married into my family. So
Oh, wow, that's
you
cool.
local, you central. Hillsboro, Central Texas, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you Central Texas. So we're glad to have you in this area. Let me ask you a question before we're already doing it. Did you play any sports growing up?
I did. I played everything, basically. I mean, I shouldn't say everything, right? Not tennis and golf, but I mean, I think as soon as I could walk, I was playing baseball, volleyball, basketball, running. Yeah.
Well, now I know what kind of father I was. I kind of put a ball in their hand early. Who got you started?
Oh,
Your
yeah,
daddy?
definitely my dad. Yeah. I'm left-handed, and I remember he was like, "We're going to teach you how to be right-handed." So I do all sports right-handed, but I'm left-handed for writing and reading, but I can do both left and right. He
Oh.
forced me to.
He forced you to use your right hand.
Yes.
Boy, if you would have threw that baseball with your left hand, just money. Did you go to college or?
Yep. So when I graduated in '98, I went to Brigham Young University.
Oh wow! Oh, okay.
Yep.
It was a young man I know from Waco, Margin Hooks. He went to Brigham Young. He played football at Waco High, and he got recruited. He was up there from '97. He played 96, 97, 98, 99.
Oh wow, we were up there at the same time.
And when he left Brigham Young, he was the all-time leading receiver for the school. And so, Brigham Young, I know a lot of people. There's a lot of Waco guys that went to Brigham Young. Did you like it up there?
I love the outside, not the weather, but just the mountains and the no bugs.
Beautiful scenery.
Yes.
Did you have allergies up there?
No.
Now, I'm originally from Dallas. I've been here since '84. I never heard of allergies till I moved to Waco. I go golfing. The most important tool I have in my golf bag is that Benadryl.
Yes.
So you played a lot of sports. Did you have one you preferred? Which one did you like the most?
Well, I was probably that's tough. I was probably best at baseball, softball. I ended up I have 3 kids. My oldest is going to be a senior, and then his brother's going to be a junior. And I coached their baseball teams when they were in Little League. Like, I just love it. I love the sport, but I love basketball too. So
I heard that. What school they go to?
Midway.
And my granddaughter's graduated from over there. That's good. And Midway always have an outstanding girls softball team.
Oh yeah.
From the Little League, they win the World Series, and they're a powerhouse with softball. So that's real good. And I know she enjoyed playing. And my granddaughter played for Waco High. She got a scholarship to go play softball, and she's about that tall.
Okay.
She's a shorty, and I say, when you watch her play, it's like she got a glove and an arm. I'm like, you look at her, I say, she's a pretty girl. You gonna be able to do that?
Yeah.
But it's fun watching your kids play. I know my kids, I had boys and girls. I was always off into the boys' sports, not so much off into the girls I went, but they turned out to be the ones getting all the scholarships. So.
That's awesome.
Then let me ask you this. What inspired you to be a trainer?
So, well, So this is the true story of that. I had the boys back like 12 months apart, and I was content with staying home. And then I really wanted a gym membership somewhere, but you know, when you have young little ones and you're younger, money's tight. So I joined Gold and then got a job in the daycare just so I could have a membership. And then I was like, I don't want to be in here. I want to be out there. And so I started changing my own. Like that's what got me really into like just taking care of my own self. And then I started training over there. And then about 12 years ago, I came over to Anytime. So yeah, it's just been ever since then.
Well, that's good. You know, I've been in Anytime forever because of its convenience. And one thing I like about that gym, I like to work out at night.
Yeah.
When, a lot of people try to get me to go to Planet Fitness. I went to Planet, got a little cheap membership years ago, and I couldn't work out because everybody know you. They want to hold a conversation. I'm like, I'm trying to work out. But I love Anytime because it's open 24 hours. I can buzz myself in, and I can go up there and work out, and it's always a clean and safe environment. You always see the police passing by, and sometimes I go up there in the middle of the night, the police might already be on the parking lot.
Yeah.
So anybody looking for a gym, I just thought I'd throw that out there because it is a nice place. So basically what you're saying was after you had your children, you wanted to be a member, have a free membership, and once you got that free membership, you start being a trainer.
Mm-hmm. I started doing the steps to become a trainer because I felt just drawn to helping other people accomplish their goals.
Now, did you have to go through any certifications?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I did just whatever one was acceptable. I think it was AFAA. So I went and did that and just kept doing it and learning more and more every day.
Well, that is great. Do you have any type of? I know you just said you had to pass some certifications and all of that, but do you have any type of physical conditioning test that you have to do to maintain your trainer status?
No, that's a great question. No, that isn't something that is required. It's usually just like the written part, and then doing mock training other people. Just depends on which certification you get.
Then you don't have to actually do the running. You just need to.
Right.
Because I always wonder. Because I remember one guy was my daughter say this is my granddaughter's basketball trainer, and he's a big fat triple cheeseburger jelly donut eating guy, and I'm like, how can he teach her anything?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, nah, we need somebody a little bit different than that. But I never thought about that. I always, because when you see trainers, especially on the guy side, they buffed all up, and I had a trainer, and I played sports all my life, and I had one of my friends. He played in the NFL. He comes up here on Tuesdays. I call him Wayne's World. He's a former NFL player. So I said, man, I need training. He said, I can get you right. After about 3 weeks, I'm like, look, I'm not going to go to two-a-days. I'm not playing football. I'm just, my whole deal is, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to look like that guy. I don't want to let myself go so far out that I can't come back. So with me, it's a self-esteem situation. Do you run across a lot of people like that? Or?
Yes. So I was thinking about something earlier, and just the way you were talking, you're right. You're not trying to, condition to become a football player. But I think what I just love telling everyone is working out is basically your retirement plan for your future. I feel like the goal is freedom and independence for as long as possible, right? So working your body and conditioning your muscles and strengthening your muscles in turn strengthens your bones. You're going to have that freedom and independence longer. So I think the look part of it is just a fun extra part. But it took me a long time to get there. In the beginning, it was like, I just want to look a certain way.
Yeah. And
then it was like, I just don't want to be in pain,
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, I just want to be able to live for a while and be independent. I think that's, I don't know, to me, that seems like the goal.
I think, you know, my humble opinion, I know why I do it. I want to look nice. I'm not, you know, if I cut a muscle, that's a bonus. But I want to be able to have that option to put my shirt in my pants if I want to.
Yes.
You know, that's my whole workout. I don't want my bird legs. I want my core to remain balanced. I want balance and all of that. I'm not really trying to lose weight because I was actually 205 pounds when I graduated from high school, but I played sports. And so I'm staying between 190, you know, and so I'm happy with that. But, you know, with the older you get, and I'm 64 years old, so I can say this, the older you get, it gets harder to go to the gym a lot of times because you have so many other things that you can do and you can get in chill mode. But the reason why I go is basically because I want that quality of life. I want to be able to sit down, take my shoes off, put my
Yes.
socks on.
You know, I have a client, that's one of his goals. I want to be able to put my shoes on with more ease. I mean, everyone's goals are so different. But yeah, that's things we take for granted too.
Oh yeah, and I remember during the pandemic, it affected everybody, and so it's not like I was the only one, you the only one. It affected the whole world. When they shut everything down, you start really missing the gym. You start missing just leaving the house and stuff like that, and you start realizing what is important to you. And I see a lot of people, one of the guys told me, he said, man, I don't join the gym because I can walk. It don't cost nothing to walk. I said, yeah, you can walk all you want, but you have different equipment there that caters to certain parts of the body that you're working on. And it's like the layback back machine, it's great. So if somebody that have never, and I know you pride yourself on this, here's somebody that come up to you and say, hey, look, Angie, I need you to get me right. I need to lose a little weight and you can see me. How do you approach that?
Okay, so definitely find out more about the goals and the history, the working out history, and then just get them educated quickly on strength training, because like you just said, people will say, oh, I'll just walk. Yeah, but there is so much scientific like proof of how great strength training is, and like lifting weights. I'm not talking about crazy heavy or getting, you know, some kind of way. It's just getting your muscles contracting and getting weights, and that sends into your bloodstream, that goes directly to your brain and like helps you in so many ways. So I would just find out a lot of information and then go from there.
And you know, and that's great. And one thing about that gym, when I first joined, like I've been over there forever, they asked me did I need a trainer and stuff like that, and I really didn't, you know, because I played football. You played in college, so I just knew what I wanted to do, and they always helpful up there. But let me ask you this: let's look at gender situation, male, female. As a female, do you have a lot of guys that ask you to help them out as far as training?
So almost all my clients right now are female. Actually, except for one older man. But people will, in passing, get my advice. But lots of people have that mindset of, oh no, I'm good. I played sports, but I always think everyone, even the professionals, have trainers. You know, everybody could use a coach. I would love to have one myself. You know, just because they can see things, they can like guide me. I mean, it's like a puzzle. Every one of my clients is so different, and it's like a puzzle I'm trying to make work, you know, and find what works best for them. But yeah, I think a lot of my experience is like males either figure they don't really hire me.
They
They don't hire me as
You want me to tell you the truth? Okay, you're listening to CBS Sports Radio Central Texas. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's the male ego. It's my ego. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna ask Angie to help. How much weight? You know, it's the ego thing with
Yeah.
most men, and I mean that's the fact of life. Really, you could be the best trainer on the planet, but most of the men they will, you know. And now where women will love a man to train them. Because, you know, where I used to go, my friend, he's a professional trainer and all of that. He had a whole lot of women that you know, would listen. But I say, that's crazy. Because you don't see a lot of men going to a woman to train. And I think it's the male ego. It's not anything about you.
Right.
It's just the male ego is so different. Whereas a female would go to a male trainer, you know, and I don't know, it could be a spousal jealousy or something, or it's a whole lot of things, because I know you run into that down throughout the years if you're working with a man or something, and somebody that ain't working out say, well, you spend too much time at the gym and all of that. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. But the guys, you say older men may.
I've helped some like elderly males, and that has been great. Like I had one client, he was like 80 years old and he walked with a cane, and his goal was, I want to be able to golf, because he has a driving range on his land. He's like, I want to be able to stand and golf, and so we worked, and then eventually the two of us went out to his driving range and we were hitting golf balls. So yeah, I think at some point the ego maybe kind of goes away when you really
When you look at the results.
Yeah.
You look at the results.
But it is a shame, because I think that I see people all day, every day, and I'm like, wish I could help them.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I just stay quiet until someone asks me.
And that's and that's not and it's you, because the gym is just there. It's just weights and equipment, but it's the people that work there that make the difference and the impact. And I notice you guys, y'all don't bother nobody, but you're always there like, if you need me, I'm here.
Yeah.
You want something, everything good, you know. So I guess that's the customer service aspect of it. Now, let me ask you this, because I know you've had some people. I've seen you working with some obese people, females before, and it seemed like you know, I'm one of those in out, do drop in type guys. You know, the schedule changed a lot, and I'd be up there at night. But I remember a couple of obese women. I remember you working with. I remember you taking them in that other room, and seemed like a year later I didn't recognize them.
Right?
Didn't even recognize them. I'm like,
And now
wow.
we're out in the freeway area. We're doing. Oh my gosh, it is so cool to be a part of someone's journey like that, where you have to think outside of the box. Like, how can I get them moving, but something they can do to build their confidence, but also not get hurt. And now we go out into the freeway. I think like just the other day, I had one of my clients squatting. Like, I can't even imagine doing this a year ago.
Yeah.
You know, squatting with the bar on the back. Like, it's so cool, so cool. Thanks for.
You know, I notice things. You
That's
know.
really cool.
And the thing about it is, it got to be gratifying to you, because you were a part of that.
It is.
You know, you
so
were
great.
a part of that. And how does that impact you? Do you feel like what you do is just a job that you're drawing a check for it, or it's just something that you do because if you don't like what you're doing at work, it's never going to be rewarding. And some people like, okay, I'm doing this and I get paid to do this. Now I'm up here doing sports because I love sports, I have a passion for it. So with you doing what you're doing, do you feel like it's maybe some emotional or maybe even spiritual connections to, because I as a pastor for over 31 years, I started a church in a crack house. And now we're on the radio and all these things, got a phone app, all this kind of stuff. So, and to be a part of the transition from people and watch the people do that. And what I do is a passion. And I look at ministry is helping people. And it's a whole lot of way to help people and to do ministry that's not in the Bible. Do you ever view what you do as a form of ministry?
Yes, that I, like when we were talking this morning, I was telling you how I just feel like the more I learn, the more I just feel this obligation to share it with anybody I come across. I don't know, it's amazing, and not every day is easy as far as like training people. You know, you have different moods, and like sometimes people are discouraged, sometimes they come in super happy. I mean, but just being a part of that journey with them and trying to figure it out with them and seeing it and seeing the joy. I always think like, well, at the end of the day, I mean, we came into this world with our body. We're gonna have at the end of the day, that's what we have.
Yeah.
Is our body.
It's your temple.
Yeah, so it's just that's exactly how I think of it. It's definitely not because of a paycheck, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely because just being able to be some kind of light in somebody's life is great. Even if it's just 3 people. You know, I feel like affecting someone's life in a way like that is really rewarding.
Now let me ask you this, because with all your certification and all of that kind of stuff, and I got a lady that want me to call her and let her know when you're on her, because she got some questions to ask you about dietary menu and stuff like that. Now, the issue I've run across with, and I've had friends and people I know that do the tummy tuck or whatever that is, gastric bypass, do a surgery. And I always tell them, I say, look, that ain't healthy. I say, number one, it don't come with a lifestyle change. When you burn that fat person off of you and you cut a little muscle, it's life changing, because I don't want to go back to doing this. And so a lot of times people that have the gastric bypasses and the tummy tucks, they have flabby skin. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do about that working out wise?
Okay, so first of all, the problem with rapid weight loss, if you do a surgery or whatever, is your mind issues don't have time to catch up with the physical changes that you're having.
Wow.
So that to me is why you see people not keeping it off, because when you work out and you eat right and you do it at the pace it was meant to be, your mind and your body can become in sync and make that journey together. So I think that is why you see some failures there. And then the other thing is, I don't know a lot on this topic, but however, there's a ton of talk about like intermittent fasting and how that gives your body a chance to recreate new cells and get rid of your skin can rejuvenate, and so you can maybe, if people want to look that up, that might be something to look into, but that's some new science that I haven't studied a lot on.
But you know what? That is phenomenal what you said about your mind don't catch up with the changes your body went through. Wow. And I never thought about that, because as your body, I guess as your mind starts seeing, today is leg day, today is shoulder day. But when you do that, so with that rapid stuff like that, taking the pill that you look, and I don't think it's healthy that you can take a pill and lose your appetite. So I'm gonna tell you what I did one year. I'm a guy that always proteins and protein shakes and all that kind of stuff. I was doing all of that. And as I started cutting muscle, you know, I look good to myself. So I started, and one of my friends told me, man, you ought to try creatine. And I didn't realize you had to drink a lot of water with that. And I started taking some creatine. And one day, man, I was so dizzy. I was at home, I was just dizzy, and I blacked out. And I was like, man, I got a bad headache and all of that. And I'm a dude who never gets sick. I mean, I never get sick. I haven't had a headache in about 5-6 years. And this was a while back. And I blacked out for a few moments and I said, man, what is it? And then my wife said, it's probably that creatine. She went back and read it. She said, how much water do you drink? I wasn't drinking enough water to flush that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say, well, I tell you what, I'm going to make this creatine drink some water. I poured it down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, some of the stuff is not good for you unless you have to rotate off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's even like, like creatine. And the dude said, well, you're supposed to do that for a month. And I have a brother that's a professional bodybuilder. He's out in Beverly Hills. And he was giving me stuff. He would give me a little old, he had Vitamin Company that sponsored him and all of that. So he gave me a big old box of stuff. Then he said, just take a little of this pre-workout. I take that pre-workout fuel, mix it with water in a bottle, and you don't get tired, but you can't go to sleep. it was stuff for everything.
Yes.
Then I realized, I said, this is a bit much for somebody that's not competing in no fashion, but it's hard not to enjoy yourself when you are healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to walk and mow your own yard and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all those things I think are just the motivation, right?
Quality of life.
Yes, yes. I heard a cool thing today, and it was basically there was a time period, in the '60s before like working out was a thing like it is. It was just for athletes. But now if you have a body, you can be an athlete. You are an athlete, and so it doesn't matter what age. Just using your body, and yeah, it's just awesome.
It does matter. Hey, look, can you stay around here a little bit? I got to pay a few bills, make a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back. Hey, I got Angie Spence, trainer for over 15 years.
Yeah.
Over 15 years here. She's a trainer up at Anytime Fitness, and you do training on the side. You have your own clientele, or?
I only train at Anytime Fitness here right now.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute. You're listening to The Barbershop on CBS Sports Radio, Central Texas.
Hello, it's me, your credit score. Haven't seen me in a while.
Okay, so I got a couple of people wanting.
Look at me. Don't I seem down? Don't I look a little low to you lately? I mean, you never check in on me, and you let these collections and negative items just hang all over me. Did you even know we may be able to get them off our credit report with some simple help? So why don't you do something good for the both of us and call the folks at Ovation Credit? They're a lending tree company. Just call 800
How long you been in Waco?
9742. 800-235-9742. With a free credit consultation, they'll be able to put us on the path to making me a happy score again. And when I'm a happy score,
Hey, I'm gonna put you on in 15 seconds.
more negotiation. It's a free call.
Her name is Angie Spence. Hey, you're listening to The Barbershop on CBS Sports Radio, Central Texas, and on the Centex Sports One app. Hey, look, if you are out of market, you can't figure out how to go to high definition radio, then what you can do is just go to Google Play or the App Store, and you can download the Centex Sports One app. That's right. And you can see all the different things we have, from the Jim Rome show to the barbershop, and all the different things that we have to offer. You can follow us on Facebook at Centex Sports One, on Twitter at hashtag Centex Sports One, and you can go to www.centexsports1, and you can click listen live, and you can become a Tolo. You know what a Tolo is? Turn it on, leave it on. And all our CBS Sports Radio Central Texas program, we bring it to you all the way live up here at the Battery Joe studio. You can get the screen on your phone replaced the same day by calling Battery Joe at 254-870-1270. I think that's pretty cool. You can break your phone, call them, they'll come pick it up and fix it. Hey, I have, we got a caller here. Caller, who is this?
This is Sheila Brown.
Not the Sheila Brown.
I
How you doing? Do you have any questions for Angie?
So, Miss Angie, I have a question because I've been doing a lot of reading on health and especially diabetes, since diabetes is prevalent in the black community. And some things I read to say it's not exercise, it's not diet, it's something else, which I haven't figured out what that something else is. But do you know of any program that truly we could utilize in the black community that will address our health, exercise type program?
Well, that's a great question. Do you mean specifically for diabetes or just in general, just for better health?
Well, I think in general for better health, but I really think that if we could come up with a way to help the community understand the importance of exercising or what kind of exercise to do to help them, or just general, what would be a good regimen. And I'm an older person, so something for the old crowd.
Something for the old crowd. So, as far as exercising, just doing some kind of resistance training that hits every muscle group. I think a lot of people think in their head, oh, I have to go to the gym and one day is chest day, one day is leg day. That's not necessarily the most effective way. If you find if you go 3 days a week and you do an exercise for each muscle group and just 3 sets of 10, like it's pretty basic, but the benefits of that are just tremendous. And then also just as far as nutrition, I believe that the diet for diabetes patients is what everybody should be living. It's so good, and so I don't know if somehow getting that out more into the community for everyone is something that I'm very interested in, because my kids are mixed, and they have that is in our family as well. So trying to get them educated now on that is really important.
So could you tell me what the components of that diet would look like?
So you're definitely looking at not having all the white things, right? Like white rice, white breads, things like that. And I mean, anything, mostly, this is kind of a trick. The more things you buy on the outside aisles of the grocery store, the better. So, does that make sense? Like, you want to buy most of your food from the outside, not the aisles of a grocery store. So, like,
on the outside, what do you mean on the outside?
Like, you know how there's all the aisles with all the, like, boxed foods and cereals and chips and all that, and it's on the aisles. But then, like, the produce is on the outside, and then, like, your proteins and things like that, they're all, like, around the outs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. I was thinking that might be a good example, but yeah, just more fresh foods, things that go bad quicker is another way to kind of look at it.
Hello?
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, ma'am. Help yourself.
Okay, so I guess I'm really interested in trying to help our community to do those things that you're talking about, and I don't think it's enough education within the black community specifically about how to eat healthy, and we don't have a grocery store in the black community. We have convenience stores, and I'm guilty of going into convenience stores. If I didn't win all day, I'm hungry. I'm not going to find something
Oh wow, that is a really great question too. I'm not sure I know the answer to that. Because I feel like if you go into a convenience store, it's going to be so hard to say no to those other fun things, right? Like even if there's fresh fruits and stuff like that. I don't know.
I think when you work out, you have to plan what you go eat before and after.
Oh yes, working out actually helps you make better nutritional choices, like for sure, because you're gonna feel better. You're gonna meal prepping helps a lot. I'll meal prep in the morning and just fill up a bunch of those little boxes with lids with some kind of lean protein and carb, because one of my sons is really into his fitness, so try to think ahead on that for sure.
Did that get you where you need to be? Hello?
So one of the things, certain parts of Waco is considered what they call a food desert. So do you have any suggestions of how we can do a better job of getting that information about diet, good nutrition, exercise in the areas of town that is considered food deserts?
The only thing I could think of is if you like Googled it. I feel so bad that I wish I was more proactive. I kind of just stay in my little bubble, but these are important things for sure.
Sheila, now I'm gonna let you go, but that convenience store, they're gonna make their money off lottery tickets, cigarettes, and beer, and chips, and they don't care about bringing no fresh vegetables or anything in there. But I think it's a life choice that you have to make, and as far as not being able to go to the grocery store. It's just got to be creative or something.
I think there's online shopping too, where I have a friend who she is a member and she fills out her grocery list and then it gets dropped off on her door. So like she's not even putting herself in positions. Not my friend, she's actually my client. She's not even putting herself in the position to buy foods that she shouldn't eat. So even just doing like getting online, ordering that food, going picking it up or something like that might help with the choices made.
Okay. Well, I sure appreciate your call.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, I had that's Sheila Brown. That's one of those issues that it's really not it's not a grocery store in the hood. I don't know why, but I mean, you get access to food, and it's just one of those bridges that people are working to build for a long time, and it's a lot that goes into that. It's kind of hard to answer that one, but especially you supposed to be talking about training.
I'm not a nutritionist, unfortunately. I wish I was.
Hello. Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing great. I got Angie Spence, a trainer, here on the line. You got a question?
Yes, I do. Thank you for allowing me, Mr. C. Angie, as we get older, when we're athletes in college and high school, we get a little bit older. What do we need to do to maintain just a portion of what we have when we're in college and high school?
Yeah, that's a great question. Definitely need to find a place where you feel very comfortable starting your journey, right? And then if it is get with a coach or find something online, you need to follow something that helps you, make sure that you're doing the movements right. But if it's so fun to watch people start their journey, and I train them, and we do a body scan once a month, so I can actually see their body, their lean mass getting more and their body fat going down. And it's, I joked the other day, I was like telling my client, I'm pretty nervous, this is like both of our report cards, because you know, if the numbers don't go the right way, it's discouraging. But I definitely recommend getting on some kind of resistance training. We talked earlier about how some people think, oh, I'll just walk, I'll be fine. But, you know, it's going to get hot in Texas. And there are movements that you can do that are going to help you in more ways than, like, we even realize. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. And then as we get older, should we change vitamins or should we add supplements to enhance anything?
Yeah, for sure. I would, there's different things like, as far as vitamins, you know, you'll hear a bunch of different things like what all the rage is, you know, do this, do that, but your basic vitamins are going to be good always, and then just maybe chatting with your doctor about what would be best, and or looking some different things up. I personally, you know, I take a probiotic every day. That's like really important to me. I'm 42, and then, you know, there's so many vitamins, so it just depends on what you're, you know, feeling like you need. Iron, different things.
Okay. Well, Mr. C, thank you. I've gotten a lot of great information. I appreciate you taking my call.
Hey, look.
Angie, thank you so much.
Hey, look, Maggie. This is Maggie Stinnett, one of the greatest basketball players to ever come through Waco.
He's very kind.
Baylor, I mean, she's just the Mount Rushmore of female basketball in the city. Wait a minute. Probably the greatest basketball player, period, that ever come through Waco.
Again, he's very kind.
But anyway, I'm going to tell you my secret.
So
I cheat. I was trying to burn fat, and my brother, the bodybuilder, he says, your testosterone level probably low. As a man, your testosterone level. So my testosterone level was real low. And I said, well, man, I've been trying to get to the clinic in Dallas forever. And he said, man, it's one. He Googled, he called me back and said, man, it's one right around the block from you, Petty Low T Clinic. And I went over there, and they drew blood and do all the tests and all of that. And they told me my testosterone level was like 200 and something. And it needed to be between 300 and 700. And I was like, so I started taking that. And night they check your testosterone. They do a complete send you to the lab and check everything from your PSA, because I'm big on my PSA, and all other things. And 90 days later, my testosterone was 1125. And I told him, I said, this ain't working for me. I said, I don't need to be down there. And what it does is it gives you a lot of energy, because the men, we can't produce testosterone after you get a certain age, like on those commercials. And I was doing the Nugenics forever. You know, I played in all of those basketball leagues from 40 and up to 50 years old. And but the testosterone shot really helps men. It really does help men with the energy level, but still it don't kill your appetite. But you have to burn that energy and do all of those things. But from a female perspective, it's just, most women, it's difficult for them to lose weight.
Yeah, and I think, so the men are doing that, and in Waco, I think there's a place that women are going to get their hormones checked, and anything to help give some more energy, I think is going to be great, just so that you can do those, do the exercises, and just feel like your old self again, you know?
They do have technology, you know what I'm saying? They have help for technology, and the thing about every 90 days, I have to go to the lab. They check my blood density. It's like 30, 40 things they check, from your cholesterol to your PSA to all of this stuff. And that's what made me comfortable, because I'm like, I do my yearly physical every May, but I'm like, they're not this thorough but by the same token, it's just the energy factor. I mow my own yard front and back, and I'm not sluggish and all of that. So there is some technology that's legal that's different than a bypass surgery or something like that, because you do the bypass surgery, your flabby arms. How many people have we seen with the arm flab? Maybe you didn't you got the budget surgery. You didn't pay for the
I
arms.
have to go to Angie.
We got to go to Angie. That was your tip. They say, come see me. I'm at Anytime.
Oh
Fitness.
yeah.
But here's another example, Maggie. Let me just say this. My daughter, state championship basketball player, and all this stuff, superstar athlete, got a scholarship and all of that. She gained a lot of weight over the years. So a little over a year ago, she was well overweight, and she didn't like it. And she said, I got to lose this weight. I'm trying to say, baby, look, you were an athlete in school. You were an athlete. And she's like your age. She's 40, 41. And I said, you're an athlete. Go back to doing athletic stuff. A year later, she went from 197 to she's at 145 a year later.
Wow.
And all she did was went back to running and walking, and now she do sports that she hadn't done in years. She play on a co-ed softball team, and this is gonna be funny because she called me one day and she was mad. She said, Daddy, I'm tired of playing on that football team. She's on a co-ed football team. And she said, I get open, they don't even throw me the ball. And she said, just because I dropped a couple of balls, they don't.
They don't trust her.
I said, baby, they're trying to win, but they're trying to win, but you out there, you regain some of your vitality.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, y'all please put both of those sites on the website so I can go back and research it. Because I heard about, I think it was a Petty is what you said, and Angie said another one. So if y'all put those out there, I'd love to go get a complete workup.
I sure would. Now, they do that at any time?
No, but I do know that some women are going. I'll find out and let you know and send you that information.
Okay, she'll text me that, and I'll make sure that you and everybody else I could think of get that information. We'll post it on the website and on Facebook and Instagram, and because I think lack of knowledge
Yes, sir.
is what kill people more than anything.
Perish.
Yeah, you get tired. I'm not, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I was working out hard. I couldn't lose that belly fat until I started taking them shots, and that belly fat no longer became an issue. But those are things that I didn't know about. And then sometimes your insurance ain't gonna pay for everything. But can't nobody.
I'm so glad I have friends like you and Miss Angie.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
the insurance ain't paying for everything, so you get to. I don't think we're gonna live a day longer than God ordained for us to be here, but I think we get to determine somewhat the quality of life that we live.
Exactly, and that's really all I'm seeking. That and peace.
Oh, okay. So you headed in the right direction. That's for sure. Hey, guess what? You still there?
Yes, sir.
Guess who I'm gonna have on the radio tomorrow?
Oh my goodness, I hate to ask.
Coach Shantae Crutchfield.
Awesome.
Crutchfield is gonna be here in Waco. She's gonna be in the studio
Oh,
on
man,
tomorrow.
dynamic lineup. You went from Angie to Miss Crutchfield.
Well, I'm just saying it's good to be able to incorporate women into the show. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
And when she send me that, I'll make sure that we publicize that, and
All right.
maybe I can even find which doctor that is, and I can get a commercial for him.
Yeah.
Because I went to Petty Low T Clinic, I asked him to do a commercial. I say, since I do this, I need to do a commercial. And I did a commercial 30 days later, a little over a month later. He said, they got over 1,200 people doing it. They got a waiting list.
Yeah.
So
Like you said, we lack of knowledge.
you just don't know it. So we're definitely going to make that, and I'm going to definitely, once she tell me, I'm going to go out there and sit and talk with them and see if we can't even get a commercial going or something like that. But thank you for calling today, and if I don't hear from you or see you, y'all have a nice, what is it, Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend? Is it Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend?
Next week.
Maggie.
Look, you don't look at calendars anymore.
Yeah, when you retired today, well, it's Monday.
See.
All right, well, take it easy now.
All right, bye-bye. Thank y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, you're listening to The Barbershop on CBS Sports Radio, Central Texas. We'll be right back.
Memorial Day is on the 29th.
How's it going for you so far? What do you think?
Good. That one question was hard. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I get overwhelmed. I'm like, we've got to do something about this.
Trust me, that is more of a situation where
That's a big situation.
bigger than my pay scale. You gonna hang around a little while longer, or you need to go, or?
Did you get mostly everything you need from me? I'm just trying to. My son's gonna be getting out of school at like 4:15.
Oh yeah. Let me get somebody to take a picture here while you're here, and I'll let you say, wait, I'm Angie, blah blah blah. If you want, you can come see me at. Do they have a problem with you getting your own clients? Making money on the side.
So I don't know for sure. I just don't.
I think he's what you got? Well, what's your? Is size still in there? Go walk down there and look to the left. You know DJ Size. He can take the payment too. Anybody in this studio? Use your phone or my phone.
Oh, no. Yes, fine. Just stand right here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company. Got me connected the day I went in.
I'll send it to you and
100%
This for me?
time.
yeah, this is the Lord's one.
And drive off as early as today. Just go to 13ignoremyscore.com right now. That's
When you
www.ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing.
if you don't promote your business, anything, just let me know. Come up here and talk about it. Because I got, I'm not trying to do a me platform this for everybody. So I've really been working at getting more and more women involved. Tomorrow we got a crush field. Monday I got MCC athletic director. You know that's a woman.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that all these years. But I always go there to games. I didn't realize that somebody told my name is Sean Trochin. This lady right here.
The athletic director.
Athletic for 18 years.
Awesome.
I didn't even know it. Now let's say, we appreciate you, and if anybody need a training, you're listening to The Barbershop on CBS Sports Radio Central Texas and on the Centex Sports One app. Hey, look, we've been blessed and highly favored to have Angie Spence here, one of the trainers, and she shared a lot of good information, and I hope this ain't the last time you come back. Maybe we can generate a situation. One of the young ladies was talking about how do people need to know. Maybe we can set up a workshop and you can come be a part of that workshop.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
And so, do you have anything else to say on your way out?
I just want to say thank you for having me and listening, and yeah, I'm at Anytime Fitness Hewitt. If anybody wants some guidance on their journey, I'll be there, and I'd love to do that.
All right, want to appreciate Angie Spence, Anytime Fitness. Hey, go give her a call, go check it out. It'll do you well. All right.
Penny Clinic Men's Health Care in Woodway is now
Thank
proud
you.
to offer
Appreciate it.
an
Yes.
exceptional
I'll see you around. Don't know when I'm.
Also, Ozempic or Wegovy, semaglutide,
I didn't really want to do today in general, so I'm glad I did.
When you want to set up your own training,
Uh-huh.
just let me know. We